So Democrats have a weapon that's very hard to compete with. It's Hollywood and the entertainment industry in general. One reality show insider is coming forward exposing the industry for having no tolerance of conservatives or their way of thinking. She says the Hollywood leftist playbook includes selective editing, creating false and phony narratives, and showing reactions that just aren't honest or taken out of context. Like this, that we saw earlier in the trailer for that Piers Morgan Donald Trump interview. Remember?
I don't think you're real.
I realize I'm not like...
Very dishonest. Let's finish up the interview.
Morgan versus
Turn
Trump.
the camera up. Very dishonest.
The whole thing turned out to be fake. All selectively edited. It never happened like you just saw there. Not even close. They edited together their own made-up story of Trump storming off. Never saw the mouth moving. That's deceptive. Don't forget Katie Couric. She interviewed gun rights activists and edited out their answers to make them appear dumbfounded. When they were not, they responded immediately.
Let me ask you another question. If there are no background checks for gun purchasers, how do you prevent felons or terrorists from purchasing a gun?
All deceptively edited. That waiting to answer like they're confused never happened. The real tape came out and they answered lickety-split just like that. Former Real Housewives of New Jersey star Siggy insists that once she came out as a strong Trump supporter, the producers, quote, came at her in the editing room. Siggy goes on to insist many of the Real Housewives stars are fans of President Trump, but hide it in fear of retaliation from Hollywood. Well, Siggy joins us again. Siggy, good to see you. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much for having me on again. Thank you so much. And I'm here to tell you that almost 80% of Hollywood are closet Trump supporters. Let me repeat, over 80%. And everybody's in the closet with good reason. They're afraid of losing their jobs, losing their paychecks. If they can't bring home the money, they lose their sponsorship. They can't pay their mortgage. They can't put food on the table. But I did it. I spoke out, and my life turned around for the better.
Well, it sure did, and you're a great voice for President Trump and conservatism in general. You had people, though, even on the show, producers with the like, tell you, why don't you just say you're for President Biden? Just, I guess, throw your morals away and take the paycheck.
Well, you could see in season 7 when I was on, everybody was really nice to me because at that time, President Trump was not president. In 2016, when I voted Republican for the first time for the greatest president in the history of America, Donald John Trump, everything turned for me. And I was bullied and harassed in the editing room, which is why I resigned. And I said, listen, I can't do this with the false narratives. If you're going to have a scene, you know, every scene that you see is 3 to 5 hours that we film. You see 3 to 5 minutes. And it doesn't matter, like President Biden said one smart thing in the last 20 years. He said, it doesn't matter who votes, it matters who counts the votes. Well, on Housewives, it doesn't matter what the footage is, it matters who edits the footage. And they can make any narrative they want. And if you're a fan of Trump and you're a conservative who loves America proudly, you will not get a great edit in the editing room. And that is a fact.
Siggy, I'll tell you, I just had a discussion with my team. I said, if we tape an interview, we can't always put the whole interview on. But our goal is to capture the essence of the interview. Capture the essence of the interview. It seems like they do the exact opposite of your interactions.
Because they're not interested in making anything fair and balanced. Listen, the new radical Democrat Party is not the party of JFK. They should be called the delusional party. But like everything the liberals do, it backfires. You see, I left the show 6 years later. They're still talking about me on the show. I mean, that speaks for itself. Next, they're going to try to hire my kindergarten teacher who was a liberal so they can continue the Siggy footage. It all works in my benefit because I keep on getting asked to be on all these shows and to support the greatest president, Donald John Trump. Remember, The only thing standing between tyranny and the Constitution is Donald Trump. So all your viewers out there, when you're going out and voting, and you will see this in 2022, we're going to take back the House, we're going to take back the Senate, and Donald Trump will be reelected for a third term in 2024. It's very important not to vote Rhino, not to vote Demo, but to vote MAGA. It's imperative for the future generation of America. And I proudly stand with Jexit, Jews exiting the Democrat Party. Exiting the Democrat Party finally, because we all know 73% of Jews voted for Biden the first time around, and now they realize that this party does not have Jewish backs. It doesn't have the state of Israel's back. It is not interested in making Judeo-Christian values great again. So we got to stand up. We got to stand up and stand up proudly to save this country.
Well, Siggy Flicker, you're doing that on a daily basis. I follow you on social media. You've been on this program. And again, it takes a lot of guts to speak out. We appreciate it, and it's an important topic. Siggy, we'll see you soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you again.
Absolutely. And it is true. Reality TV is a nightmare when it comes to this stuff. An absolute nightmare with the selective editing. Nothing you see on there is true, I promise you.